Hi, this is Lorraine with Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, and I thought I would just jump on today and show you what we made in the Zoom class last night. We made these cute step-up cards, or box cards they're called. So you can see it goes like this. It's kind of 3D. But it will fold flat and it will, sorry I didn't turn my volume down. It will fold flat and fit in an envelope. So it's pretty cool. If you're not going to mail it, the other thing you could do at a kid's birthday party or for co-workers, if you made a Christmas one for co-workers, you could put it on their desk and you can slide some Hershey Kisses into it or some other treats. But obviously it won't fold to go in an envelope like this. And you can put the rest of your message on the back. This one has a Christmas greeting on the back. So I thought we would make this together. Okay, having trouble seeing this. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take a full-size piece of cardstock. This is 8.5 by 11, and you're going to cut it in half at 4 1/4. I started to do this, and then I thought I should show you how easily this works out. Now, so this is 4 1/4, and you want it by 8.5. So I'm going to cut off this little piece here, and this happens to be the exact size of the other piece that you need. So it's just perfect. You have these two pieces. We're going to score these two pieces, and I'll put all these measurements in the comments. We're going to score this first piece. Let me close this up. At 1/2. 1 1/2, 3, and 4. Okay, I'm going to fold those quickly. I'm going to grab my bone folder and my tear and tape from my other table, so I can give them a good crease. Okay. There we go. I'm going to set that piece aside. And now we're going to score the little piece at 1/2. And at 1 1/2. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold and burnish those. So these two pieces make up your base. Then I'm using some papers from the Classic Christmas that is part of the Merry and Bright pre-order or exclusive order. This Merry and Bright set, the Curvy Christmas, is only available now until supplies run out, or January 1st. It's not going to be in any catalog, and I think it's a great stamp set. I just love it. I think everybody would enjoy having that, and that's what we're going to use today. And this Classic Christmas paper is the same. This paper is only available now while supplies last, and it won't be in any catalog. It's got 3 colors: the shaded spruce, the cherry cobbler, and the Sahara sand. So we're using a Sahara sand piece today, and I made my first cut at 4 inches, and now we're going to cut a piece at 2 3/4, and then another piece at 1 1/4. And a piece at 1/2 inch. Whoops, wrong blade. Okay. So this will go on the back, this skinny one. This one, I'm going to turn this way, and I'll put it on the bottom. And this will be my one on the back. But we'll go ahead and start putting our card base together. I just don't want to lose these. I'll be looking for them. We won't need the trimmer anymore. I'm going to start with the bigger piece, and I have the 1/2-inch piece up at the top here, and I'm going to put a strip of tear and tape on it, going right across like that. Okay, so you can give that a good rub with your bone folder, and it makes it a little bit easier to get that paper off. So she says. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm going to take it at the lowest line, and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold this piece in half. So I have 2 pieces folded in. And just 2 panels on the top, 2 panels folded over, and I'm going to close it. And I'm going to give it a good rub. And when I open it up, my box is formed for me. There you go. That's just perfect. So now we're going to put our top piece on the box. I'm going to use some of the seal. Okay. I really love, I don't think there's a right side up or a wrong side up, but I really love this paper. And I think a lot of these we can use even after Christmas is over. I'm going to put the stars on this side. Sometimes you get a little lip where you cut the paper, so I just kind of take my nail and smooth that out. And I don't want this falling apart, so I'm going to use a fair amount of adhesive. And I can flatten that out again and put my DSP on there. So that's going to go like that. And next we'll put our second piece on. So again, I'm going to put this down with the 1/2-inch scored section at the top. And I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape on that. And then try to use my short nails to take it off. I don't know if anybody has a good trick on taking the tape off of the tear and tape. Some people use their take the pick tool. I don't have great luck with that for some reason. It just doesn't seem to work too well. Okay, so I like my section of this to come right to the score line here. I like to see that. I'm having trouble seeing. Okay, there we go. I like that to come to the score line. So that's where I'm going to hold it. And then I'm going to fold it completely under. I just want to make sure that it gets under this. I don't want to tape it to the box. I want to tape it under the box. So that's the only little bit of a tricky part right there. I just lifted that up a little bit so it would get under. And then that's going to make our little piece there. I'll flip it up and I'll put a little tear and tape right there. And then I can put it down. I need to grab my scissors because my tear and tape went over the edge a little bit, and that's going to get a little bit too messy. I don't want it to be catching other things. Okay. So there we go, and I'll take this off. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Okay, and I'm going to fold that down. It's going to come right to that score line, and there's the cool base. And it wasn't too hard. Hey, Courtney, wasn't too hard to fold that up. All right, so now we have the easy part left, which is decorating it. And I think I've buried my 2 pieces of Whisper White. Okay, so 1 piece of Whisper White is 4 by 4 1/4. So you would think it might be square on the back, but it really isn't. So make sure you have your paper going the right way. And I'm going to adhere this to the bottom. But first I'm going to do my stamping just in case I make a mistake. And I want to change it up. So on the back of this, I'm going to use a sentiment from that Curvy Christmas that I showed you. It says, "Thinking of you at Christmas." I have that on my block, and I'm going to use the Cherry Cobbler. And I love the photopolymer stamps because I can see whether I have a halo or any missing spots. I'm just tapping gently. I don't want to push the ink away from the stamp. And then I'm going to put this on the top. Thinking of you at Christmas. Oh, love that. Love it. Okay. While I have my red ink out, I'm also going to put a Merry Christmas on the little part that will go over here. And I have my stamp upside down. Oh, I'm so glad I noticed that. Okay, and I'm going to pull it down just so I can see in the top left-hand corner a little bit. Merry Christmas. Okay. So that's all I'm going to stamp on this back piece. So now I'm going to put my little piece of DSP on there. And I like to leave a little border of white. There we go. And I'm going to put that on my card base back here. I love how this just folds down so flat. There we go. And I love the way the ink and the cardstock matches. Hi, Michelle. Oh, I love this paper. This is that classic Christmas paper. I love it too. Okay, and so on this front little bit, I am going to use some shaded spruce ink. Excuse me while I get a baby wipe, because look what I just did to my thumb. And with my luck, I'll get that all over my card. Okay. Hopefully that's dry. This shaded spruce is one of those really juicy ink sets of mine, stamp pads of mine, and it was a mess last year, and it's still making a mess. I'm inking up this whole long stamp, but obviously it's not all going to fit on here, but I wanted to have options and figure out where I want to put it. So I'm going to go like this. You can stretch the stamp out a little bit when you put it on, but if you're not careful, the trees go a little wonky. They're not quite straight if you stretch them out too much, and I don't like that look. So I'm going to keep it curled up and just figure out which parts of it I need to use. So I want the hills to be kind of look like there's different hills behind each other. So we'll see how that looks. There we go. And so far, I've kept the ink off of that. Let's see if I can continue to do that. I'll put some adhesive on the back. Okay. And then I can close that up so I can get it lined up and even. and put that on the front. There we go. And then you see the back. And remember, if you want, I used a piece of cardstock that's 7/8 by 4 inches, because this is 4 inches here. And on this one, I used dimensionals to put the Hershey Kisses on, but you could just use a real sticky adhesive. I didn't find the glue dots worked very well on the foil. And this could even be on a place setting if we can gather with people at Christmas. And if it tips like this, see how this is having trouble tipping? Just kind of give it a push backwards a little bit and play with it, and it will stand up a little better. Maybe, I think I'll punch a Christmas tree out real quickly with my pine tree punch. And I'm going to grab an envelope and see if we have room to make that stick up there a little bit. So if I were to put it like that, and it's overhanging, oh, I have plenty of room in my envelope. I can put it up a little higher if I want. I think I'm going to put it there. And maybe put a little bling on the top of it. Oh, I might have just put my adhesive up too high. Oh, Michelle and Cheryl, I'm so glad you like this. I think it's just so cute. And I mean, I think it's great as a birthday card. I'm going to send this to a young nephew, great nephew, or as a Christmas card. Let me grab a rhinestone and a blend. Okay, couldn't find a rhinestone, so I grabbed some pearls. And I'm going to take my blend and just color. I think I'll color like 3 pearls. I'm going to get a different color as I think about this. I think I'd like a yellow one and a couple of green ones. So I grabbed the dark shaded spruce. I'll color 3 of those. And I think I'll color a yellow one to put at the top of the tree. Kind of like a star. Cheryl, I'm so glad you need to make a card like this. The cutting dimensions are on my page from Monday for the Zoom class, but I'll post them with this video when I put this up too. Okay, and now I'm going to put the green ones on my tree. I'll put one over there. I'm afraid to use the putty because I don't know if it will take off the blends coloring. So I'm just gonna do it like this. And I feel like I need one more. Maybe I'll put that red one on since I colored it already. I'm not sure how well it will show up. It's like tying a bow on camera. You can never do it. There you go. And so I have some decorations on my Christmas tree. And it still folds flat. And it still fits in my envelope. I think while I have my envelope out, I will put a little decoration on the back of that. I think these trees would look great. And I think they can go just about all the way across on this. There we go. Ta-da! And let's see. I'm getting into this now. What can I put on the front here? I think I'll leave it. There are things, I could put some little stars or snowflakes or even a little bit of leaf or holly, but I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to call it done. So here it is with the cherry cobbler base and Sahara sand paper and a green thumb. And here it is on a Sahara sand base with the cherry cobbler and without a Christmas tree. I kind of like the Christmas tree on there. So I hope you liked that today. I hope you'll give it a shot. If you need this stamp set, which I think you do, you can go to my online store at lorrainetierney.stampinup.net. And if you'd like to share this video, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. I've heard that that will help more people to see it and more people to have fun card making. So thanks very much and have a great day. Bye.